Welcome to the Visibility Palooza. I'm here with James Woeber. So, hi, James. Tell us your name and what you do.
Yes, I'm James Woeber, and I work with inspired leaders to help them release old family patterns that are getting in their way and open to their full brilliance that wants to be brought out in their personal life and in their business life to be of service to the world.
Beautiful. So, in 2 to 3 words, what is the name of your specialty that you'd like to highlight today?
I do energy healing and family constellation consulting.
Awesome. And who loves working? Who do you love working with you? Who do you love working with that loves working with you?
I'm very, very lucky. I work with clients who are amazing, who are bringing out gifts to the world through trainings, through their own leadership. And so I tend to work with people, leaders who are in the business field and or in the transformational spiritual space. They tend to be people who've already experienced success in their work, and they know at the same time that there's something more. They're wanting to take their work and their personal life to the next level. So they're people who realize that doing the work within really is the thing that creates the change and makes that happen out in the world. They're willing to do that work, and they're ready to dive in deep with me. So I've attracted an amazing group of leaders who are doing that, so that they can benefit from the work and get more clarity, more focus, and go through the process that I take them through to really open to their brilliance being brought out in a new way in the world.
Love that. So, tell us, why are you so passionate about the work you do? Is there a story of how you came to this work?
There's a story of how I came to the work. Yes, there definitely is. I actually used to be in tech. I launched a startup company. I worked in tech for about 10 years and launched a startup company with a couple friends. And the ethos in that community is work all the time, 16, 18-hour days, just nonstop. We were very successful until the bubble burst. We had a lot of funding and things were going very well. And then we lost everything with the company. And in the process of doing that, I burned out my health. I was having health problems. My relationship ended. The woman I was going to marry. I was also finding that I was not happy with what I was doing, and we lost the company as part of that as well. So, fortunately, I was able to take some time after that and just try to heal myself. So I was doing everything that I knew. I had already done quite a bit of energy healing work, had been exposed a little bit to the constellation work. I was doing yoga, breath work, any class that I could get to that felt like it was healing for me. And in the process of doing that, I actually started doing the work more and more, and started teaching myself. And eventually co-founded a school doing the energy healing work. Did that for about 20 years before I started morphing that into doing the leadership work. And the learnings that I had from my own experience of going through my own crash and burn, being caught up in my patterns, really helped me see like what are the key things that really support people in making this transition in their own lives. So that's what we taught in the school and fine-tuned those systems and those ways of working. And that's what I do with clients and with trainings today, is exactly that. Learning the hard way, doing it the way that didn't work so much before.
You talked about working with people and taking them through a process. Can you highlight what that process is about?
Yeah. The so it's very interesting for me in my growth and learning, the energy healing work, which really focuses oftentimes on your own inner dynamics, your physical body, your emotions, your mental space, your spiritual self, our connection with life, God, spirit, our own self, like all of those dynamics, and how do we create healing within our bodies. I was noticing that work perfectly with the constellation work, which focuses on some of the similar things, but looks at it more from a group perspective. So it looks at family dynamics, how traumas are passed down through families and then impact us, and then we take those in. So I was just noticing with the constellation work, whether you're working with families or businesses, organizational constellations, communities, all of that work is reflecting how the group dynamics then impact us as individuals. And so I've noticed, well, it's a perfect fit bringing the two together. It's so the work that I do is this process of connecting with how we're doing how we're behaving from patterns within ourselves. What's the hidden power that really wants to be accessed that we're really avoiding and pushing away because we have vulnerabilities, we have old traumas related to those, and how can we support people in opening to their full power and potential being brought out into the world in their personal lives by looking at both of these systems, the individual dynamics and the group dynamics. And they just work perfectly together. And it's a pretty unique way of working with it. And I found it's very organic. It really uses the wisdom of the clients. Like I'm working with clients and helping them connect with and become aware of how it's working in their own bodies. So it becomes a tool that they can use later on when they're not working with me anymore. So.
Very cool. So, give a story, a success story that helps us understand the power of your work.
Yeah, a lot of them. Again, I work with a lot of leaders. Let's see. Yeah, so one that comes to mind is a woman I've worked a lot with. She went to classes with us probably 20 years ago, and I work one-on-one with her. She's become very, very successful in a business that has a number of elements, but mostly doing real estate. And so she, in the beginning, was just looking to reduce stress. That's why she came to me in the beginning. And in doing work with her, really helped her connect with how these patterns were impacting her in her life. So she was having all kinds of impacts with the stress and the overwhelm. Her way of being was uh, trying to compensate for the fear and the trauma that she had experienced that felt like not being enough in the world. She compensated for that by being especially on top of things. Very bright person, a natural leader. So she felt comfortable with her intellect and she felt comfortable jumping in and being the leader, which could come out when it was overused as over controlling. And so the dynamics that ended up forming in the business and her personal life were problems with her daughter, problems with her family, her feeling like she needed to be having her hands on everything that was done in the business. So it was exhausting and too much for her. And so in the process of working together, more and more she came to terms with how the pattern was functioning and learned to soften that way of being and really open more to recognizing that her hidden power is actually, she has an amazing heart, very, very kind and gifted. And when she has grounded, when she connects with her grounding more instead of working more from the energy, more from the mind and from the control, then it created a third thing, which is pretty typical with all of us. When we take our natural strength and relax that some and connect that with the hidden power, that place where we feel most vulnerable, then we get a third thing. And for her, that third thing was a tremendous amount of power and natural leadership, but from a more relaxed place that um, was more aware of those people around her and more heartful, more open. So better relationships with her family, less stress in her body, and not overworking as much. So now she's as all of us, she's still growing and learning with it. But it's really amazing seeing the shifts and the changes that she's made.
Love to hear that. How people blossom through shifting their patterns.
Right, exactly.
So tell us, how can people find you?
You can find me probably the best way. So www.jameswoeber.com is my website, and james@jameswoeber.com is my email address. So those are great ways of connecting with me.
Awesome. So I want to shift gears just a little bit here. If you were speaking with a colleague, how would you, or what would you say to them about the Evolutionary Business Council and why they should be a part of it?
Mhm. So I've been part of the EBC for probably about 8 years now, and It's just been an amazing experience for me. Some of my very dearest friends, I've just opened to a whole community of people who are really heartful, really care about making a difference in the world. They're knowledgeable in their own fields, so they've done the personal work and have gone through the steps of building their own businesses. So there's a lot of tools and resources that are shared as part of the community as well. So I love being part of the EBC. I think it's an amazing gift for people. And it's the ethos of the EBC is supporting one another. So there's really a mindfulness around not just, can I share a business card with you or share my own work with you? It's more about how do we support one another to bring our best out to our audiences and make a difference in the world.
Amen to that.
Mhm.
Totally get that. Okay, so I have a bonus question for you. So what challenge do people come to you with, or myths that they believe in that they think are normal before working with you that really aren't?
Could you say that one more time?
Yeah, what myths do the clients come to you with and they think it's normal, but it's not?
That's a good question. What myths do my clients come to me with? I think it's the old ethos that's very present in the Western world, that in order to get ahead, you have to work harder all the time and struggle. And life, that means uh, you're doing it well. You're on the road to success. And for me, I found with my clients and with my own work, um, it takes a combination. Yes, hard work is important, or smart work is important, but there's a faster path to happiness and success. And I think it's more about really connecting with, again, the ways that we've bought into these old patterns and these old belief systems, and instead start giving ourselves, our teams, our clients what they need to really thrive. So then everyone's happier. You're not creating more problems within the workspace and within your families, within your relationships. So we don't spend all the time and struggle dealing with those issues as much. It actually is the faster, quicker way to success.
Hmm. So if someone wanted to overcome their patterns or even identify them or try to have a breakthrough, is there a practice or an exercise you have you could give us?
Yeah. How much time do I have for practice or exercise?
A couple minutes?
Couple minutes. Ooh. Okay, I'll try to do this quickly. Yes, so this exercise is a quick way of releasing trauma in the body. So go ahead and close your eyes and breathe into your body and allow yourself to release any of the stress or worries that might be with you from the day. And I'm going to invite you to imagine a situation or circumstance or person in your life that is creating challenge right now, may even be creating a crisis in your life. And just imagine them in front of you and notice what happens with your body as you come face to face with that challenge. For right now, we're not judging so much. We're just noticing. We're just turning the lights on to see more of the inner dynamics that are going on. And notice if you can feel, especially when you connect with the center line of your body, from the top of your head all the way down to the base of your spine, as you scan down through your head, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus area, your pelvic area, and your pelvic floor, the entire length of the core of our body. Notice if you can feel where you might be over energizing your system. This is what we typically do when we're defending ourselves. We use a natural strength and we over energize it. So, again, it might be overthinking, might be controlling, might be trying to keep peace all the time from the heart. So, just notice how that shows up for you. And then breathe in a wave of light, divine love, divine presence, and feeling yourself handing over that stress, that need to somehow manage things, take care of things. Feel yourself just handing over that pattern, that way of being to this flow, this river of light. And then finally, breathing into the length of your body and noticing if there's a part of your body that you may not have much feeling around. It might feel numb or suppressed or disassociated from. It might be an area of your body or system that you're usually not very accustomed to connecting with, because that's what we do with areas that we're trying to override. In our society, those oftentimes are the feeling sense down in the stomach area, our power, our creative powers, sexuality, masculine, feminine power, and the pelvic area, or sometimes our sense of belonging or grounding or strength in the world from our pelvic floor, our ground, our root chakra. So just notice which one shows up most for you. And I'm going to invite you to do a short part of the exercise now and then do more later when you have more time. But for right now, just give that part of your body permission to feel and to express. And you might even put one hand on your heart and the other hand on that part of your body. So if it's your solar plexus area with your feelings, solar plexus area with your feelings, and just hold both of those areas, really caressing your own body. And imagine giving that part of your body permission to come online and express as it's ready. And what I invite you to do later is to do an automatic writing exercise where you take a moment to do the same thing, connect with this part of your body, and just write without thinking too much about it, but just in the flow, without gatekeeping, what that part of your body wants to express, and see if there's any tidbits, any wisdom that that part of your body wants to share with you, what it needs from you. So again, because of our timing right now, we're not going to go into that part of it, but that can be incredibly valuable to really open that up and prime the pump a little bit in our energetic system so that's flowing more.
That's a beautiful exercise, and I love how there's a follow-up to it. Is there any other nuggets or advice you want to leave with people and have recorded here?
Yeah, I guess probably the main one is it's so easy for us, especially in an outward turned society where we look at success, all the metrics of what success looks like, to when we are feeling challenged, reverse that thinking. Actually go inward first. Notice how we're showing up inwardly with that dynamic. Again, not so much from a place of fixing or trying to solve a problem inside, but more from a place of really noticing how we create balance, well-being inside of ourselves, and then see how we can bring that balance and that way of being out with our teams, our families, our relationships, because that's the way to create really lasting, powerful change.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. This was very enlightening and healing.
Thank you very much. Great being here. And thank you for inviting me on the show with the EBC.
You're welcome.